fucking hoes and popping pillies, man, I feel just like a rock star.
Hey guys, my name is Sujic Gaming, and today I'm back with another video, and today I'm back with part 5 of Season 2 of my F1 2018 career mode. So part 26 in the overall, numbers. But it's term of the Spanish Grand Prix, and if you didn't watch the last video, hope you go, well, you should go watch that. Well, now I'm going to spoil it, and we come second, miles but our teammate, oh my god. Well, I don't know. I think it's about 10-20 seconds up the road. He just seemed really dominant that weekend. But hopefully we can change things around like we did in China and get a win. But it's just going to practice for the Spanish Grand Prix here in Barcelona.
Welcome to the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia for the Spanish Grand Prix. Over the next few minutes, the teams will be heading out onto this classic Formula One track for what we're expecting to be a very hectic practice session. So, Anthony, lots to do, of course, in these sessions, lots of programs to run. What are you looking for when you jump in the car for free practice?
Well, you have basic checks first of all. You know, is the car working correctly? What are the track conditions like? And you'll be chasing that as the session goes on. Things like that. Then you start getting into the nitty-gritty of it all, and they become more like test sessions where it's all about gathering new data, testing components, tweaking the setup, and so on. So there's only so much actual practice that these drivers need. Most of them will be plenty familiar enough with the track layout, either from previous experience or from the simulator.
So here we are in practice, trying to get as many points as possible. But Spain, yeah, it should suit our car quite well because it's quite a power dominant track as well as aerodynamics. And yeah, we've been upgrading our car quite a lot on the aerodynamics this season so far. So hopefully we can have a good time around here. Hopefully we can get a very good result. I feel like our car is just pulling away from, performance-wise, just pulling away from every other car. So maybe the battle for the Drivers' Championship might just become between me and my teammate PEREZ. But yeah, we get a couple of purple objectives done in the practice programs. But yeah, PEREZ is probably going to be our biggest fight. More than likely, we're going to be coming 1-2s every single race, which isn't really that good for content-wise, because it might bring out some boring races like the last two Grand Prix. The races haven't really been that long, but it's good for the championship-wise and constructors-wise. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna win the constructors at least. PEREZ might just pitch us to the Drivers' Championship just because he got that really good start. Like, he got win in Australia, and I think he got second in Bahrain. He didn't actually, well, he actually retired from China, so we might actually, mathematically, I think we might just be able to get him, but I feel like it's going to go down to Abu Dhabi. But we just have to wait and see what happens going into the rest of the season. We got Holgerberg still our not enemy, that's the wrong word. Still our rival. We got those two major upgrades going on the car. They should be on the car for Monaco, unless we get a failure while producing them. But hopefully that doesn't happen. But qualifying is going to be wet all the way through. Should be a dry race, hopefully at least. That's the forecast anyway, a dry race. But qualifying is going to be completely wet. So we should probably go with a dry setup if we was going to put a dry setup on. But if you know this series, this is a no mods, because I can't mod on Xbox. But no, it has to be default setup. But it doesn't have to be, but I'm just choosing to do default setup. Yeah, just trying to equal out the cars as much as possible, really. But speaking of which, let's go to the damp and pouring rain in bloody Barcelona for qualifying for the Spanish Grand Prix.
Here we are at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia for the start of today's qualifying session. It won't be long now until we're ready to join the action down at trackside.
So here we are in Q1. Yeah, the very, very tricky conditions. As you can see there, losing the back end on the curb, but we set an original lap time of 1:32, which puts us 13th, which is not good, but I set it up, I put enough fuel on for at least 5 laps, so yeah, this is just, I'm just going to be doing lap after lap after lap. The times will slowly go down. Tyre wear on the intermediates isn't really that bad, but the traction's awful, and that is not going to help us. But yeah, look how like you just put your foot down on the accelerator, and that is the back end gone. But we end the session in P2. I'm pretty sure that was our final lap time. Maybe not. We go for one more lap time, but we get held up by Ericsson. We lose the back end out of the final corner. Well, out of the chicane, losing a lot of time, and we go to the line, and we don't improve because of that final corner. Held up by Ericsson most of the lap as well, but we lost the back end going out of the final corner. So second place, it was in Q1. This gets us safely through. Perez was just behind us by 2 tenths, but yeah, Hamilton's managed to get through. This is our one and only lap time, I'm pretty sure, in Q2 actually. I don't think it. Oh, actually, it was. That was our one and only Q2 lap time, and we go pole. Well, provisional pole, but Roman Grosjean, K-Mag, Bottas, Leclerc, and Hartley were all the people to get knocked out of that session. And this is our lap times in Q3. We set an original 1:30.8. I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah, we go faster again by by 7. Was that 7 tenths? I think it was 7 tenths there. But this is going to be our final lap time in Q3. As you can see, the rain has actually stopped though, but yeah, there's still it's too damp to go on to Inters, to come off of Inters. I mean, dry tyres would be so much slower. Danny Rick is actually P2, so he's actually managed to get ahead of our teammate, but the rest of the field still need to set lap times. So hopefully, I kind of want Perez to not out qualify Danny, but also I want Perez to out qualify Daniel, just so we get the 1-2 for Force India. However, it'd give us more of a challenge going into the race, because if you watch like Tim and Marduk and all that malarkey, and like Araba and stuff, their teams they started with, like Sauber and Haas, once they like left, they were just miles away. Like they started at the back of the grid, and they'd win the race. It's like, that's how ridiculous this game like is. I feel like compared to 2017, you at least had, if you started in McLaren or something, you had to do like 3 seasons. But if you started in the Williams, for this game, you'd probably be title championship contenders going into the like end of season 2. But anyway, coming up to the final corner, we're up by a couple of tenths. It's going to be our final lap time in Q3. Up to the line. What lap time are we going to set? We're a couple of tenths up, I'm pretty sure. We go fast as well, 1:29.9. Where's that put us in qualifying? Well, this is actually our final lap time, but as you can see, we run out of fuel actually, and yeah, that is it. That is the end of our qualifying. It's very disappointing, and hopefully we can, well, hold on to our position, which we do. As you can see, we're in the garage, and Danny Rick has actually managed to out qualify Perez, which is fantastic for us. So hopefully Perez can get stuck behind the Red Bull for as long as possible. Hopefully that can allow us to escape. Kimi Räikkönen's actually managed to out-qualify his teammates as well, which is fantastic, as Sebastian Ferrari are just nowhere in this game, and this season, which is a bit of a shame. It could have been a 3-way title fight, well, 4-way title fight actually, but it seems like me and Ferrari, or Force India and Ferrari, have swapped positions. Force India are now best of the rest, I guess you could say, and not best of the rest, like top 3, and Ferrari are in midfield. So yeah, it is what it is. We've got 800 points now though, so that could be an upgrade going on the car, and unless we save our points and go for that major drag reduction upgrade. But well done. It is what it is. Hopefully we can. I'm probably going to save them, and I don't know, because we can now afford an upgrade going into Monaco and get 3 upgrades going on the car, or we can save it and get another major upgrade, which will help at like Italy, Belgium. What tracks are coming up that are really good? Like with really Canada, kinda. France. Yeah, most of the tracks. That drag reduction would help, but the minor upgrades are actually going towards drag as well. So either way, they're going to help. But yeah, I'm hoping to get the ultimate drag update that right in the middle. But it's time for the race for the Spanish Grand Prix.
What does the Spanish Grand Prix have in store for us today, I wonder? I hope we see some tight wheel-to-wheel action down the main straight, circa Mansell and Senna way back in '91. Or maybe we'll have a more strategic race here on a track where overtaking can be difficult. The Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya then, a high-speed 2.89-mile circuit which demands an efficient downforce package and bravery on the part of the driver, especially through the blind right of turn 9, which we might just see taken flat this weekend. Also here, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Red Bull. We have a number of changes to the aerodynamic regulations this year, and the signs haven't looked good for them so far in terms of getting to grips with those changes.
It doesn't look promising for them so far. And if the new regs have hit them as hard as we think, well, I suspect they may need a few late nights at the factory to get back on track.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Joker lines up on pole position, and P2 goes to Daniel Ricciardo, a strong showing from the Australian. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Kimi Raikkonen and Alonso, Vettel, Hülkenberg, Grosjean and Kevin Magnussen, Bottas, Perez, Charles Leclerc and Hartley, Stroll, Van Dorn, Carlos Sainz. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Marcus Ericsson, Sirotkin and Pierre Gasly rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Top 4 finish is what the boss is expecting today.
So here we are, sat on the grid ahead of the Spanish Grand Prix. In pole position, and we get to pick our tyres. What tyres did I go on? I can't remember what tyres I went on. All I know is we're going for the one stop, so it's probably the softs to the mediums. Yeah, I think that's what we went on. I can't. Yeah, I recorded this like a week ago, but I've literally, the next race for me to record is Italy. We're on the soft tyres, yeah. So me like editing and voicing over these videos is actually me like learning what happens again. So because some of the races I've completely forgotten. But yeah, I mean, it is good because it means more videos for you guys. Not like anyone watches these videos because I'm a shit YouTuber. Oof. But yeah, we're forming up on the grid ahead of the Spanish Grand Prix. Some cars got disqualified there from the formation lap, but we got 2, 3, 4, 5 lights for the Spanish Grand Prix, and the lights are out, and we're away. That is the worst intro to a race ever. We've had a really poor start. Everyone else is on the super soft tyres, so we're getting mugged left, right, and centre. Already dropped down to P3, but we're up the inside. We're out the side of Red Bull of Daniel Ricciardo, and we had the inside line for bloody Bottas there. But lap 13 already skipping 13 laps, and we're into the pits for our first pit stop there. But yeah, look, like second place is just coming around the last corner now and come and overtake us. We managed to get a big gap over the AI, but at the cost of this video, really. There's hardly any racing to happen throughout this video. There could be some towards the end of the race when everyone's done their pit stops and stuff, but yeah, it's a bit disappointing. We're just going to get mugged by Hamilton there, which is unfortunate. So hopefully we can get past him without him holding us up. But yeah, lap 14 going on to lap 15. Look, Ricciardo's in the pits. Ricciardo's lost massively out. Like he's massively lost out there. Perez is now in the pits. So is Verstappen. I'm pretty sure that was. So me and Hamilton are now fighting for P1 here. I think Hamilton still needs to pit though. So we need to get past him as fast as possible. But this is us right behind him, going into the left-right chicane. He's gone up the inside. We've gone up the inside even more, and we've nearly lost the car there, but we managed to hold it. A little bit of contact between the two Brits here. We're gonna have DRS. Oh, we're gonna have slipstream as well. Rich mix. Are we gonna have a little lunge up the inside? We've outbroke ourselves. and we've managed to get, well, we didn't manage to get a position, all we did was manage to lose time, which is a bit unfortunate, but a lap later, here we are with DRS, Slipstream, Rich Mix. We're going to switch to the outside here, go, we're going to go for the under and over here, but unfortunately Hamilton managed to defend that. We've got DRS once again, overtake mode this time, so we should be more dominant down in a straight line. Slipstream, Rich Mix, are we going to go to the inside or the outside? We're going to go to the outside, which is probably my favourite place to go around turn 1 when overtaken. But we've managed to get P1 from the other Brit on the grid, really. I think he's the only other Brit, is he? I'm not sure, but there we are, riding the curbs, losing the back end massively there, which is a bit of a shame. But now we're coming up to lap some cars. I don't know why I said a bit of a shame. We didn't lose any time. We just lost a bit of tyre wear, which is a bit unfortunate. But yeah, cars are just retiring towards the end of the Grand Prix. Fernando Alonso is out of his home Grand Prix, which is a bit unfortunate. But we are setting fastest laps. We're still going faster and faster as the race goes on. But checkered flag. Van Dorn gets out of our way just so he doesn't have to go for another lap probably. We win the Spanish Grand Prix. That's our second win of the season. Third podium in a row. Third podium of the season as well. Yeah, VJ is really happy. And that's a fantastic result for India. I'm not sure where Perez come. Hamilton did in fact have to pit again. So that might have boosted Perez up a couple of positions. Oh no, he didn't. Don't worry, ignore me. Hamilton actually managed to come second, so Perez actually didn't get on the podium there, so that could help us towards the end of the season. Like I said earlier in the video, I said that with everyone else not retiring, with most of the other cars not being able to catch up with us in R&D, and we created a big gap between us. It's going to be me and Perez going for the win on the title contenders, really. Like Mercedes in 2015, 16 and 14. But yeah, maybe that might, those 10 points or whatever he lost, that could be the difference between the championship and second place, which is kind of, come to think of it, it's not really that, that is a small ass margin. He got 10th. Wow, what happened? Wow, that is abysmal. So he lost 24 points to me there. Wow, that is a shocking race from Perez there. He's had an absolute mess. How many stops did he do? He only did one stop as well. What on earth happened to Perez? I want to know. I don't have a clue. But I've moved up into P1 in the Drivers' Championship. Perez, who was leading, has dropped down to third. Hamilton's overtaken Raikkonen as well. But Force India are now 19 points clear of Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship, at least, which is very, very good. I want to try and win both the titles this season, but let's beat Leclerc. She has some questions for us as well. So, yeah. You want to know how I feel after that win? And, yeah, I feel great. The aerodynamics was very, very good. But like I said at the start of the race, the aerodynamics is really important around this track. So is power. But yeah, she asked if I was getting used to up there. I said our power unit is bloody performing out there. So, it's great. And she now noticed that we're leading the championship and she wants to know how I'm feeling with the pressure. Well, if I'm feeling the pressure, I'm happy to be there. And I said there's always expectations from the team. So, yeah, it's part of the sport, really. And she also said that things are looking up from last week as we come second in Azerbaijan. This time we come first, so that's fantastic. But we're now miles ahead of Hulkenberg in the Drivers' Championship. He's on 9 points, we're on 21. Perez is only 4 points behind us, though, but we've only just started a new thing, so there's, expected to be. But we got quite a lot of resource points for this, about 200. Oh, we're actually going to get a race bonus as well. We nearly got 400 points for that, so that should give us, at least, enough resource points to get that other major upgrade for the drag. So, I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to go with. Yeah, we need to do one more race for the gearbox, so that we don't have to take a penalty when we change the gearbox. So we're going to leave that into the car for Monaco. Hopefully it can hold out. I mean, I'm not really got high hopes. I'm like 60 or 70% already. I just got to go for another race in a qualifying session. But the MG UK is getting really, really warm, because I'm pretty sure that's where we're getting rich mix all the time. So that's not really that good. But yeah, we got 1 point something or other resource points. So we're gonna go for that drag reduction. We still got 300 points left, which is fantastic. So hopefully we can, yeah, hopefully those upgrades for Monaco go on the car. And let's have a look here. Looks like that one of them's at least gone on the car. Have they both? That'd be yes, they have. So that is fantastic there. Rear and front downforce upgrades have gone on the car. So that's going to help us a lot. Monaco, not really so much, but Canada and France and all them malarkeys. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. There's 2 new upgrades going on the car, which is fantastic. So that means we can now go to minor upgrades and get the ultimate upgrade. But I've been Sage Gaming, and I'll see you in Monaco. Bye. For now, at least. Anyway. Bye.